Liverpool v everybody. I really don't even know what to say after that. Again, it goes back to what I said in the first half. To concede a goal like that early in the game, it was always going to be tough, particularly against a team like Southampton. And shout out to Southampton. I thought they played incredibly defensively, more than anything else. They had their fair few chances in the first half. Second half, we had most of the ball. And again, it's so although I don't really pay much attention to that stat, it's really frustrating to have that much of the ball throughout the whole game, but particularly the second half, and can't do a damn thing with it. I mean, it's just frustrating, and now it is not even necessarily panic, because again, luckily the other teams around us, they're picking up points now. Well, United, City are coming up behind. Pause. But I think United is our next game, and yeah, it's just frustrating, man. And you got to give Southampton credit, but again, it's at this point, you almost wonder if it really even is about personnel and the players we have. Everybody wanted Thiago to start in this game. He started. He played a full 90 minutes. Unless I'm mistaken, he came off. We just couldn't get anything, and the kind of half chances or whatever. I think we only had maybe one shot on target. Mane shot towards the end, maybe another one, but we didn't have many shots on target. Is the point I'm making? And again, we are quite fortunate not to be a heavier defeat. For the chances they had in that first half, but or even in the second half where Allison comes out, and if the guy puts just a bit more mustard on that shot, it goes in and it's 2-0, and it's even a more embarrassing situation. So it's definitely not panic, but this is really becoming concerning now. This is the fourth game in a row where we just look like we can't create anything. We can't put anything together, and that's frustrating. Shaqiri comes on there the second half. Milner comes on for Trent, and I don't really know what that's about, but it is what it is. I mean, I will say this: Trent gave the ball away 38 times today. 38. Where's the, can I look into the camera? 38 times today. That's the most all season this year. And I've said this about Trent before, and I'm not going to ride any particular play because collectively we just weren't great. But Trent, I don't know if for the goal they score, I don't know why he's kind of like feinting to hit the ball with his chest. It's just weird. Trent is an excellent football player. He's not an excellent right back. He's just not. As for a right back, you're a defender. At the end of the day, first and foremost, you're a defender. I don't care what anyone says, you disagree with whatever, you're a defender. He just doesn't have that. He doesn't, the defensive, just the capability to defend, it's just not there. It's not there. And, it hasn't been something, obviously, that the team feels like they need to have with him. Apparently, because you would think that everything going forward, attacking, passing, he has the cerebral kind of feel on the game. He's a smart football. He's a great football player. But when it comes to defense, it's almost just like, we'll just let Trent do what he does, and let the other guys pick up the slack. And he's just he's a great football player, but you can't really put him in the conversation, in my opinion, as being the best right back in the world, in the league, whatever, because he doesn't offer that defensively. He just doesn't. And you can't, I think the brother Lamptey at Brighton is a guy that I really, really love. And I'm not saying let's trade him or get him out of there and I'm looking at guys that off the top of my head that have an all-around game, and Lamptey comes to mind. So yeah, it's just frustrating is kind of not even giving everything that needs to be given to this result and the continued results now, because you think in a game like this, I was excited about the game, as every game, and never did I imagine 1-0 to Southampton. I just and it got to a point where it's like, let's get the draw, get one extra point so we're not on level with United going into that game for them next game. But at least, and again, I think please let me know if I'm wrong, because I'm probably all over the place, but hopefully you can forgive me after just how I feel after this game. But just a disgraceful situation, man. And it's It's getting to the point now where you just wonder what's up with us attacking wise, you know. And I don't know. Yeah, we miss the Portuguese. I can't think of his name right now. I'm just so Jota. Yeah, we're missing him. I don't know why. I didn't even look at the bench. I don't even know who was on the bench. But Minamino can't get a game. Origi probably wasn't even on the bench. I'd be surprised if he was. He can't get in. The guy, I don't know why he couldn't have started at center back. But, none of those things would have necessarily changed the outcome. So me saying it is kind of pointless. I'm just searching now. I'm just lost because it's getting to be a bit worrisome now. It's getting to be a bit worrisome. And I'm saying, yeah, this game. Because to me, I thought this is the game we right our wrongs. I'm not saying it's going to be another Crystal Palace game. That probably won't happen again. Not this season, if ever. Well, in a long time. That's a one-off. But, then to see the teams that we lose to, or not lose to, draw to this point, get smacked up the week after whoever they play next. It's just, it's just puzzling, man. It's just really puzzling at this point as to why we can't string some goals together, and people will talk about the handball there, I think in the first half, towards the end of the first half, and I'm kind of lost now what's handball, what's not. I mean, I really am. I think if I'm looking at that, I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm hoping that it's not, but probably assume that it will be. There was some, questionable calls towards the end, or no calls where guys are getting tackled, and but at the end of the day, we have nobody to blame but ourselves today. Liverpool just are in a real serious funk right now, and I don't really know what will deliver us out of this. You know what I mean? And for all I know, we can go on a 5-game win streak and remain at the top, and looking like we're going towards that one of those main targets, which is winning the league. But the way we're playing now, we're just leaving it wide open, and teams like City are only going to get better. And United looked like somehow, and I was never good at maths, but it's just amazing that they can have the record they have and still be on par with us. But we obviously got to change some things, man. We got to look a good hard look in the mirror, and I mean all those players, and really just have a look at themselves and say, like, this just isn't good enough. And it's not enough just saying that. Some of the players go on social media and say, we got to get back to that ruthlessness, and we just didn't see it. We just didn't see it, and again, a lot of it is credit to Southampton, but a lot of it is just, it's 50-50, I would say. Southampton were just really good today. They got their goal, and they could have had more, and they played deep. They played a pretty, I mean, you saw what it meant to their manager, Hasenhuttl, after the game. He's nearly in tears, if not in full tears. I don't even know. I think he pounded, the manager at the end, Klopp, just kind of a fist pound. But, it meant a lot to that team. I mean, their player who goes off, Jeppo, I forget how he pronounced his name, the brother for Southampton, went off in, I think, the first half, if I'm not mistaken, and he was in tears. So, it's always a big scalp if you can beat Liverpool. That's who we are now. But, you see what that win meant. They're on 29 points, so they're climbing back up the table. So it's one of those seasons. It's COVID. It's the table's all over the place. The results are all over the place. But, Liverpool have got to get back to playing good football. Results is one thing. We all want that. But just the performance for me lately, it's just, because you can lose and draw and whatever, and win, draw, lose. Those are the 3 results you can get. But the performances just haven't been up to par. So, look, man, that's me. Liverpool 0, Southampton 1 at St. Mary's. Another disappointing result, probably the most disappointing. And, I can't even imagine what people are going to say on other channels. LFC Day Trippers and Coppish, the only 2 I really pay attention to right now. So, Drifty's probably saying, "Look, I told you so," and he did. He was right. But just disappointing. And we've got some time in between this game and the next game, and something needs to happen, man. Something needs to happen, because this isn't looking good. That's 3-4 games in a row now where we just don't look on it. So need to change that. I trust the team will do it. And again, we're very fortunate that the season is just really funny how it is. I mean, there's a chance that they might have to just shut the season down because of all the COVID things and games being canceled, and certain teams, the camp just being littered with COVID. So, Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody's family is well. and everybody's staying safe. But it's a heavy blow today, man. It's a heavy blow today to drop all 3 points, not even get a draw out of it. A draw would have been disappointing as well, but a draw would have been at least like, okay, we didn't lose that, because there are other teams going forward. And right now, it looks like United. City's coming up. Those are the 2 teams right now who look like, okay, Liverpool don't want to get these points. Let's try to sweep them up and catch up to them. So a lot of work to do, and I trust the boys to do it. And that's me for now. See you guys soon.